Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome in. I am Jeremy, your host, and welcome to the Creator Cabin. I am glad you came today because there has been a lot of chatter about Patreon. So I wanted to take you guys through a lesson on Patreon today, and I'm glad you have joined me. Please let me know where you're watching from, what your name is, how you found out about us, and hopefully you can get a good lesson out of this. I'm so excited about Patreon. Um, I've been knowing about it for a while, in that creator's habit. I just never really got into it until just recently. And so, what is Patreon? Patreon is an online membership platform that allows content creators to earn a steady, predictable income. Fans, called patrons, pay a monthly or yearly subscription fee in exchange for exclusive content, perks, and direct access to the creator. For creators, instead of relying entirely on unpredictable ad revenue or platform algorithms such as YouTube, creators use Patreon to build reliable base of paying fans. They typically offer different subscription tiers at various prices. For patrons or fans who want to support their favorite creators, pay a set monthly amount. In return, they get access to things like early video releases, behind the scenes updates, bonus episodes, or private community chats. The name patron is the name is a blend of the word patron, a financial support of the arts, and the subscription-based business model. Patreon is primarily used by independent artists, influencers, gamers, and educators who want to monetize their work outside of traditional advertising platforms like YouTube or Twitch. And so, why would one start a Patreon to begin with if they're already sharing all these things? The reason why we need these tools as creators is predictable income. I know that a lot of creators do have regular jobs, but for those people that don't have regular jobs or predictable income, this is a good way for people to make money. By creating content that you guys love and providing you little extra things over here on Patreon. True ownership. You own the direct connection to your most dedicated supporters. That's what it is. It's between you and your supporters, not you and everybody else. A focus community creates a gated, noise-free space for your true regulars to hang out, access early content, and interact directly. Okay, so how would you start one? From scratch, what you want to do is establish your brand. If you are a content creator on another platform, Patreon is a good way to now monetize your content and draw attention to your main content, which could be either on, YouTube or Rumble or any other video sharing or picture sharing platform. You can also share pictures and videos directly on Patreon. You do not have to use another platform at all if you don't want to. You can use that as your standalone artist page, where you can just have you and your patrons. You can also do that as well. Establish a brand, keep it recognizable, use the same profile picture and banner style that you use on your main channels. Write a short and clear biography explaining exactly what you create. This is the most important part to me because it is going to bring your brand awareness to a lot of different platforms if you keep it all the same. My channel naturally is blue and yellow. I'm going to keep something blue and yellow across all of the platforms that I'm found on. That way you guys know that it's really me. And secondly, it helps the viewer to identify who you are and what you're about to do. Build the tiers. Okay, now on my Patreon, I'll only have a free tier available because this is pretty much where I want my audience to be. I want my audience to be on Patreon. That way I can speak with them directly, and not have, the random public just coming by and visiting from time to time. So that's why I'm focusing my content, the stuff that I want to do, primarily on Patreon. It is also my first step in my content creation delivery. I'm going to put it all on Patreon first because that's where my audience is. Now, you can't have paid tiers. What you can do then is have monthly support, or that you can sell posts, you can sell products on Patreon, you can sell a lot of things. But what a lot of people do is have monthly memberships. These are called tiers. Um, a lot of people have 2 to 3 levels. I only have one level, but like I said, I haven't brought it out yet. I only have one, and it's like $3 a month, but not yet, because I have not built up enough patrons to really have exclusive live streams, which is pretty much where I'm going to have my live streams, over on the paid Patreon side for content creation. Diving deep into content creation, that's where my paid live streams are going to be, is over on Patreon. But for now, I would just like for people to join and get the same content that they've always been getting. Now, whenever you're building your tiers, don't complicate things by having a bunch of them, because remember, you're just a startup. Whenever you first start out, start with maybe 2 to 3 levels. Clearly map out your tier names and define exactly what digital or physical benefits members get at each price point. This is very important whenever you set up your paid tiers. I have seen Patreon creators create 3 different price tiers but offer the same exact thing in those 3 tiers. That is for your the social impact niche is what I'm following mainly over here on Patreon, because I do a lot of social impact stuff over on Hats on a Mission. So I'm seeing what creators are doing as far as social impact is concerned. A lot of the times I will see the 3 levels be, you get what's on the free tier, plus you get early access to videos. I've seen on the second tier, you get everything what's on the first tier, but then you get another thing. Then on your third and final tier, it's or your top tier, it's going to be like the Discord connection. You can have the Discord thing happen there, and really you can offer anything on any tier level that I'm talking about right now. But this is what I have seen Patreon creators do on the different pages that I'm visiting. I have visited Patreon pages where there are no free levels available. You have to pay in order to get in. Now, this is how you can create an exclusive audience, because this exclusive audience is all going to be paying the same amount. Nobody is doing more than another, and you can just all hang out in that space. And Patreon allows you to create content for certain pay levels. For instance, if you wanted to provide a digital download to only your 3rd tier, you can do that. If you wanted to provide a live stream for your second tier and above, you can do that. You just have to set the paid levels on the sidebar whenever you're setting up your live stream or setting up your post. So that's how you build your tiers to begin with. Don't overcomplicate it. Think about 2 or 3 that may fit your viewers or your audience that you desire to have on your Patreon, and create your audience that way. Drop the link in your live chats, add it to your voice video description, set up automated chat commands so viewers can find it easily whenever you're broadcasting. For instance, if you're broadcasting on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live, you want to make sure to give people your Patreon link. You want to make sure and run that Patreon link multiple times during your broadcast. What I do is I run my link tree, what just so happens to have my Patreon link in it. I would like to give them all of my link tree. That way they have access to everything that I do, not just my Patreon page. But yeah, push your link out everywhere that it possibly can go, because people need to know exactly where you are. Now, I have created this presentation right here with Gemini's help, and it is Mastering Patreon, a blueprint for sustainable creator revenue in 2026. And if you want this as a digital download, I will provide it, upon request. So, Linda, this is definitely not just for creators. I welcome you in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being the first person in the chat. Welcome in. I'm just letting you know what creators are doing, and this is the way that we're doing it over here on Patreon. So the first slide says the volume gain. Okay, here is here is some comparisons for you guys that are looking at, YouTube versus Patreon. I wanted to focus in on this today because a lot of our YouTube friends are starting Patreons, and this is, I believe, why. The volume game. YouTube sells attention to advertisers. You need massive viral scale to make a living purely off of ad revenue. The ad revenue that we get, unless you have a whole lot of views, is not much per month, over on YouTube. The intensity game. Patreon sells direct access to you. You build a dedicated noise-free space for your true regulars. Now, a lot of people are coming by my Patreon. They're liking the posts. They're commenting on things, and that's exactly the way that you would treat a Facebook page or even a YouTube page as well. You share your art, and if people like it, then they'll leave some comments and likes and things like those. The golden metric is one dedicated patron paying $7 a month yields the same net revenue as roughly 400 casual ad viewers. So people would have to watch 400 of your ads, I believe, all the way through in order to make the same amount that one patron could possibly do as far as revenue is concerned. So the monthly memberships, as you can see, definitely help you to get there a little faster. The platform war. Now let's talk about YouTube memberships versus Patreon. So the feature is barrier to entry. Patreon is zero. You start on day one. You are monetized on day one on Patreon. You do not have to jump through any hoops. You don't have to have a certain amount of any, views or subscriptions or likes or anything that YouTube would measure that on. YouTube memberships, it takes 1,000 subs plus entry into the partner program. And a lot of us know here in YouTube that it is definitely a high hurdle to reach. And once you reach that, then you have to definitely jump through some hoops here too. Your platform, how much money are they taking from you, the viewer, before it reaches us? This is where the split is right here. The platform on Patreon is the 10% standard fee plus processing. YouTube takes 30% of everything that you guys give the creators. In other words, if you give a $10 super chat, $3 of that is going to YouTube, whereas only one would come from Patreon. So there's ways that you can also make some more money with Patreon, but we'll go over that in a little bit later. Friction. Fans must switch to a different app or a site. With the YouTube membership, the button is under the video. Like the join button is right there. So that's a comparison right here for Patreon, is that you have to switch. You have to switch in order to join the Patreon. I don't find it to be that difficult, really. If I like someone's page, the join button is just a few clicks away from me. And if I really like a creator, that's good. What Patreon is good for is cross-platform creators owning their data. In other words, I post everywhere. I post to a lot of different places depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing something on Hats on a Mission, I'm going to Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. If I'm doing something for myself, for Jeremy, like if I'm, like cutting the grass or something, I'm simply just staying on YouTube and Patreon. If I'm going to do a cruise vlog or something like that, or a travel vlog, what I would do then is share it on Patreon. Then I would share it on YouTube. Well, I would post it to YouTube, share that link on Patreon, and then cross-post that into Facebook. So then it would point back to the Patreon membership. That way the early access video is already there. And so that's a good way that you can work it. You can have a paid YouTube membership without even reaching these goals, these 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, entry into the partner program, and then simply waiting for people to watch your videos. or setting up a monthly membership and then having to create something different for your members. See, that is another thing too, is whereas if you create all of your content as being behind the scenes, then you can throw it on Patreon right there and treat it as behind the scenes content, but then make sure that you don't share it anywhere else. My belief is that if people are going to pay for something, they should be paying for something they cannot find anywhere else. It's exclusive content. And that's what makes Patreon very reachable, because you can lock it into that paid membership wall and it stays there. It doesn't ever get shared out because people have to pay to see the content. Even if a paid user shares it with somebody else, what that somebody else needs to do is subscribe or join your membership and pay that membership in order to see that post. So as you can see, it really puts it into a bubble. It really does. It puts it behind a paywall and protects your content from just the general public seeing it. Let's see, what does the next slide say? Visual branding. Your Patreon must look like an extension of your channel. Use your exact name, branding colors, hex codes, and profile pictures. Consistency builds trust instantly, and that is true. Whenever I do a brand change, I try to ask myself, where else can this be found? Where else can this logo be found? Where else can the banner be changed? And everything has to match. That way you don't look different in different areas. A tier strategy is avoid the tier trap. Don't launch with seven confusing price options. Start with exactly 3 clear levels that scale in value and time commitment. Make sure that they can get something out of what you're giving as a creator. If you're giving them the same stuff that you're giving them on YouTube, then it doesn't make it exclusive. If you're giving them the same thing over here on Instagram, then that doesn't make it exclusive. So your Patreon should really be treated as that thing with you and your audience. A lot of your audience is going to follow you from your other platforms, and then give them the same thing on Patreon that you do everywhere else. That way they can have a one-stop shop and treat your Patreon like they would adore you over on YouTube, or the posts that you put out on Facebook. Now they can see right here on Patreon. So it's like they don't have to go look in 8 different places where you can be found. All of your stuff can be right there on Patreon. They could watch the free stuff or they could watch the paid stuff, up to them. But yeah, welcome in, Zach. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Creator Cabin. We're creating it just a little bit different over here than just staying on YouTube. Today, I'm discussing a little lesson on how to set up a Patreon and some things to consider whenever you're setting up your Patreon, if you choose to have one. And also I'm comparing it to YouTube because there's been a lot of communication about both platforms and whether to have one or the other or both. So here it is. Here it is. Never launch an empty page. Have a pinned welcome video and 3 to 5 pieces of exclusive content already published before you share your link publicly. Make sure that they can have some things to digest before you just go out and say, hey, I got a Patreon. Because then they're going to come to your page, and if they see emptiness, you will not retain them. You will not retain their viewership. So yeah. And also another content strategy that I do is I share multiple times throughout the day. Keep the patrons coming back to your page. Keep them interested. If you have a creative bug like I do, put some kooky stuff in there too. Keep the audience going. Really, really. Structuring your tiers. The tip jar, number 1, could be like, anywhere from $3 to $5. The inner circle could be 10. And then the executive producer, where you're offering everything, could be, $25 plus. The tip jar, the lower tier viewers are designed, the lower tier is designed for viewers who simply want to support your journey. Low friction, high volume of supporters. No muss, no fuss. Then the inner circle gets the core offering, early access to videos, behind the scenes content, and direct Discord chat access. This is where you can mix in your Discord And what Discord is it's a chat group. It's kind of like the chat groups that we have over there on Messenger, but this is for your community. Let's say you have a big community called Jeremy Boucher, and everybody loves Jeremy, and the people that love Jeremy love each other and they like to talk to each other. Well, this is a private chat group that all of your fans, like let's say all of your subscribers, all of your followers, all of the people that have chosen to watch you and keep an eye on you and to join your Patreon can all talk to each other on that paid level. Now, this is a paid access that you can connect your Discord in. That way, it gives them access to you as a creator. And so this is a good one for your second tier. The executive producer is going to have premium access, like all access pass. Your name in the video credits. You can do a shout out physical merch. I know that's what my wife uses for her Patreon, is that she's going to send you a piece of merch if you hit that top level. So that's something else you could do as a creator too, if you feel so inclined. Monthly group Q&A, you could do that. Invite them in for a chat session, or bring them up on screen, thank them personally. You could do all of this for your tiers. Let's see what else. The biggest mistake creators make is launching a ghost town. Your Patreon is a venue. You have to put the furniture inside and start the music before you open the doors to the public. Yeah, that's a good tip right here, because you want to make sure that you got enough stuff for them to look at. By the time I opened mine, I think I had 3 posts already in there. And then I'm like, I got to post a lot. Because the future patrons need to come and see where I've been posting consistently. It's another thing too, another good rule to follow. And that's why I put it into my creative structure, is that if I'm posting the same thing over there on YouTube, then you guys get a double dose. You're going to see it later on YouTube, but I want you to see it on Patreon first. That to me is good, because you have joined the free tier. I believe in giving you the content that I'm about to share everywhere else right here first. Early access is definitely a perk that I believe that all members should have if they hit your join on Patreon. It's very special. It's bigger than a sub button. It really is. You have to actually search for that join button. And let's see, the profile deadline is tomorrow. As of July 6, 2026, Patreon is finalizing its unified profiles update. Creators and members must merge their identities into one profile. Check your account settings today so you don't get caught off guard. That is definitely happening today. So I'm glad I'm covering this before the change is made. So if you have a creator page and you have a follow page, and you have a Patreon, you know what I'm talking about. Your memberships and your page, I don't believe, are going to be 2 different buttons going forward as of tomorrow. As of tomorrow, they are merging the 2, and we don't have to switch back and forth anymore. I think that as a creator, that would be a lot better for us, because now we can see the feed and the creator side all in one, like we do on other platforms. That's a good thing that they're doing. It says YouTube exchange rates. If you use YouTube memberships, YouTube is rolling out smart pricing based on foreign exchange rates. Creators have until August 17th to review recommended price changes for international fans before they auto apply. And if you have memberships over on YouTube, I know that they've been bugging us like every day. Read your email, go into your YouTube studio, and definitely agree to the different price points and price levels as well. The Apple tax. Apple is forcing Patreon to use its in-app purchase system for iOS. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad and you want to, if you want to join someone's Patreon paid tier, a massive 30% cut goes straight to Apple if our fans subscribe through the Patreon iPhone app. So the fix is to explicitly instruct your audience in the videos and streams to sign up via a desktop web browser to bypass the fee. This is something I'm finding out about today because my paid tier is put on hold. until I can get enough patrons in to really justify a paid live stream. And then if you're ready to launch, let's take some questions from the chat. But there are a couple of people in the chat. Let's see, Linda Montemayor, Zach from Coker Culture, and Roxy, who was on last week, is in. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome in. And so here's some sources on the last page. And like I said, if you want this resource to set up your Patreon, I could just send it to you. I have no problem with doing that. Just let me know. Get at me at my DM. Be sure to join me over on my Patreon. I can be found as Jeremy Boucher, my name. Let me let you see what mine looks like. I'm going to share my screen here. And just to show you what I was talking about here, this is what it looks like. It's a little different, but somehow better than a lot of these platforms that we're using, because you can not only share pictures and videos, you can share links, you can share a live stream, you can have members only live streams, you can have all of that. And look, this is what I did for the pit yesterday. I got all those up. I did a vote, which album cover should I use on my next album for the Suno stuff. I'm sharing here first before it goes out to anywhere else. That way everybody knows what I'm up to. And I only have a free tier. So please, if you feel so inclined, join my Patreon today. And Zach, I think I already joined yours and Cheryl's. Thank you. And when you start one, be sure to send me the link too. I've joined a lot of people's free tiers on their Patreons, and I'm learning a lot over there. I'm still learning a lot, so that's why I did just a beginner setup video for you guys today. And so that's good. I need to go to my link.bio. That way you guys can also see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to share this screen. That way I can show you my link.bio. And if you go to multiple places online, your people need to see what you're doing and where you can be found. lnk.bio is where I got mine from, and it's absolutely free for creators to use. And I think it looks pretty good. It's got a good layout, and it's essentially a miniature website where you can put all of your information here. You can put your regular social links here, but then you can put other things. Like I have this link for my AI studio. And what it is it's Catalyst. It's powered by Google Gemini. So you can use a deeper version of Google Gemini, and I have trained it to ask additional questions to you as a creator. I have also trained it to do deeper research and ask it and challenge what you're doing as a creator to make sure you get the most out of what it is that you're about to post. Like if you want to make something with AI and then post it, it's going to ask you, okay, would you rather consider doing this that may have a higher click-through rate, or is your text going to be big enough? It's going to take you deeper into your creation. And so Catalyst is pretty cool. I use it for a lot of the deeper projects that I do. Like if I want a poem, a song, a thumbnail, and all of that off of one engine, Catalyst can do it all. And so, and then it'll give me a song prompt for Suno. That way I can write a song to it. So Catalyst is cool. My music page right here, this is where you can find all my Suno music. And then my Patreon page is right here. So whenever you hit this, you'll see what I was doing a while ago. And then, you can bring them to a website or whatever. You can put any kind of link in here. It is really cool. And then I'm going to show it to you on the back end, because I believe this is something that everybody should do if you have multiple places where you go. And then this one link can be shared on Instagram, because Instagram doesn't allow you to share links anywhere. That's why you have to say the link is in my bio. Well, what link is in the bio? This one. where they can find everything that you do. And so, yeah, this is how you build it. You can add an LNK, and it's going to ask you what kind. Do you want a link? Do you want to put a song in here, a pop-up window, a page, contact? You can sell a product or have a menu. And so this is really cool as creators that you can do. It's completely 100% free. There are some paid versions of it. I uploaded a PDF for a beginner guide to video editing on Filmora. So you can put your free stuff in here, and you can also put your paid stuff as well. So all of these little tech things that we're doing here are kind of fun, but it gets a little mixed up. Yeah, it gets a little mixed up. But yeah, let's see. Since Coker Culture is in the chat today, I believe he is going to be today's feature. So let's pull up Zach's page and see what he's got. Yeah, this is what we do on Creator Cabinet. I pick somebody out from the chat, and for the second half of the show, I'm going to show your stuff off. So here we go. Screen share. I'll start with the YouTube channel. I'm not going to share the audio because I got in trouble. Here is Coker Culture's channel, and let's scroll through and see what the deal is. Zach says, we fully believe that we have something for everyone at Coker Culture. Vlogs about life, vacations, food reviews, theme parks, cruising, movies, video games, and psychology and mental health. And don't miss our weekly live Nerd Herd stream with our friends Ascalon and MP3D Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Our mission is to bring joy to your day and to help you figure out what your why is. That is good. And as you can see, Zach has joined the YouTube Partner Program. So there is a big old join button right here. And here's why it's also important to have a membership right here on YouTube is you can be shouted out right here on your YouTube page. And then let's see where Mr. Zach has been going. In the videos tab right here, we have climbing the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's right. Zach has went on a vacation recently, and he's sharing all of this good stuff. Looks like a lot of videos here. There's been some YouTuber meetups and everything, so please get over there today. If you have not joined the Coker Culture family, be sure to get over there. I see he's got some shorts in here. Looks like there's a lot of things going on with the kids and some snow. There's a lot of good stuff going on in here. There are some live streams here. Nerd Herd, as promised. Let's ride in a gondola in Venice. Ooh, very nice. I like that. There's some cruise talk, members only live streams. And that's another thing you can do on Patreon as well, is the same thing you can do right here with the YouTube membership. You just don't have to wait for a long time to get there. So yeah, this is what you can expect over on Coker Culture. Be sure to get over there. It is youtube.com/@Coker Cultures. Coker Culture. So yeah, be sure to check them out. In the meantime and in between time, y'all take care of each other out there. Be sure to take care of yourselves. Everybody is humankind. I ask that you choose today to be a kind human. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am going to go sit down. That's what I'm going to go do and enjoy the rest of the day. Y'all do the same. Bye now.